ago. This whole thing started about 10 years ago, roughly, when I saw a family friend of mine do an Ironman, and I fairly ignorantly decided that I could probably do one of those. So I think the next year or the year after, I entered my first Ironman and had no idea what 180 Ks was going to be like, because I'd ridden once at about 100 Ks. Hadn't run over about 20 Ks before, so needless to say that first Ironman was very long. And so I had a few years like that doing it by myself, and then I met more people on the Central Coast, in particular people like Mark Firth, who had a cycling studio, and I started to get a lot stronger on the bike because of those people that were helping me train and making me a stronger athlete. And then unfortunately in 2018-19 I actually broke my hip, which sort of potentially needed surgery, but I decided that I'd go with crutches and behaving myself and not exercising for 100 days, which was pretty tough. And then I went and did the Ironman in Bussleton on not a lot of training, and just because I wanted to have that opportunity to do another Ironman that year. And then COVID hit for 2 years, so that was pretty rough, because I was hoping to obviously do quite well in those 2 years. And then this year I finally got to race.
And here comes Elissa Commins. Congratulations, Elissa, you are an Ironman.
I happened to do well in that race. I probably biked the best that definitely biked the best that I've biked before. And again, I attribute that to guys like this out here who help drag me along each Saturday and make sure I'm motivated and keep me accountable each morning, whether that be at the pool, the run, or the bike. And then, yeah, I just happened to run my way into 4th place and receive a roll down spot to Kona, which was very exciting. So I'm looking forward to, obviously training through winter will be tough, but looking forward to the challenge of going to Kona. You know what, as far as what I expect from myself, I hope to be consistent. I'm hoping to enjoy my time and just be nice and consistent through the race, and then really enjoy Hawaii, sitting down and relaxing and not having to get up at 4 AM kind of thing. So yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing the pros and things like that. That'll be quite exciting to see how they go as well, because I guess everyone's been waiting for it to come back after COVID, so that'll be quite exciting. Yeah. Most Saturdays I get up at about 3 AM and I start my bike ride by 4, and I do about an hour or so, generally a lot by myself, but a few of the guys would come with me every now and then. And then I'd meet up with the rest of the crew at about 5 and continue another 120 odd Ks with them, and then run off the bike. I typically do about 20 Ks, run off the bike. So as Sean would say, I was first to arrive and last to leave, and you know, that's most Saturdays. Most times during the week it's at least 4 AM starts, and then you know, you got your swim and your bike, or your run and your bike, or whatever, and then some more. So yeah, so some mornings about 3 AM, most mornings 4 AM. So, and that's, you know, that's tough, but it's what you've got to do. Like, once you've committed to something like that, then you commit all in kind of thing, and you go and you do those things. And there are definitely mornings where you think, oh my God, I just want to stay in bed. But I guess that thought process of, well, staying in bed's not going to get me that extra minute or whatever I'm hoping to achieve. So you got to get up and get out there. Yeah. But again, I do attribute that to, takes a village, I reckon, and I do attribute a lot of that to these guys that keep you accountable. They say they'll meet you there at 5, so you better be there at 5 kind of thing. So yeah, it helps. Thursdays are generally a rough day because it starts at 4 a.m. and I finish at 11:30 at night. So usually it's bike and running and then softball for several hours after work down at Blacktown and then drive home. So yeah, there's certainly some mornings later in the week where I wake up with my eyeballs sort of crossing. I made it into the New South Wales team and we're playing nationals up at Ipswich the end of June. So now, sort of the last 6 weeks after Port, I've been juggling training for New South Wales and training for Cairns 70.3 and Kona obviously. And yeah, that's been a bit of a trick, but yeah, that's pretty exciting as well. It's another nice little feather in the cap to have as you know, playing for your state and being able to represent New South Wales again. So that's exciting, yeah. So luckily with my work, which is Bloom Hearing Specialist. Yeah, well I can put swimming plugs, hearing aids. They have been supportive in offering a bit of a sponsorship for me to help me along the way to Kona and future triathlons as well, which is really good because, you know, it can be quite tough juggling a full-time job as well as, you know, full-time training essentially. So they've been really good at helping along with that and being quite supportive, which is good. It means finally all that sort of hard work that you've put in every week and things like that have finally paid off, and I guess it's sort of that reward to say, yeah, you can do that. You've done a good job, and you know, you've reached that ultimate goal, which is something pretty special. Yeah, still a bit surreal.